What happened before the birth of Jesus Christ? From Matthew 1, verses 18 to 24, also in Luke 2, verses 1 to 7. This was how the birth of Jesus Christ took place. His mother Mary was engaged to Joseph. But before they were married, she found out that she was going to have a baby by the Holy Spirit. Joseph was a man who always did what was right. But he didn't want to disgrace Mary publicly, so he made plans to break the engagement privately. While he was thinking about it, an angel of the Lord appeared to him in a dream and said, "Joseph, descendant of David, do not be afraid to take Mary to be your wife, for it is by the Holy Spirit that she has conceived. You will have a son, and you will name him Jesus, because he will save his people from their sins." Now, all this happened in order to make come true what the Lord had said through the prophet. A virgin will become pregnant and have a son, and he will be called Emmanuel, which means God is with us. So when Joseph woke up, he married Mary as the angel of the Lord had told him to. You remember that the Advent season lasts only 4 Sundays and is the time of preparation that paved the way for the celebration of Christmas. This is the 4th and last Sunday of Advent. You can see the 4 candles lit. Deconstructing the Gospels to find the people, facts, items, and activities related in this Gospel. The Virgin Mary was engaged to Joseph, but before they were married, she found out that she was going to have a baby by the Holy Spirit. Joseph did not want to disgrace Mary publicly, so he made plans to break the engagement privately. But an angel of the Lord appeared to him in a dream and said to Joseph, "Descendant of David, do not be afraid to take Mary to be your wife, for it is by the Holy Spirit that she has conceived. You will have a son, and you will name him the Jesus, because he will save the people from their sins." Now, all this happened in order to make come true what the Lord had said through the prophet. A virgin will become pregnant and have a son, so he will be called Emmanuel, which means God is with us. This is from the prophet Isaiah, chapter 7, verse 14. So what is this gospel about? This gospel, the Lord is teaching us, and we should be able to identify and understand at least 4 important teachings. Teaching number 1, during the Annunciation, the Virgin Mary was told by the archangel, Gabriel, that she will be pregnant by the Holy Spirit, give birth to a son, and to name him Jesus. And she accepted, from Luke 1, 26 to 38. That the Annunciation is there. You can see a beautiful painting of the Archangel Gabriel announcing it to Mary. She was the first person to know that she was pregnant. But there was a problem. She was engaged to Joseph, not married, engaged yet. Joseph found out about her pregnancy, but he did not want to disgrace Mary publicly. So he probably was pretty sad about it, but he decided to make plans and break the engagement in private. But an angel of the Lord appeared to him in a dream and said, "Joseph, descendant of David, do not be afraid to take Mary to be your wife, for it is by the Holy Spirit that she has conceived. You will have a son, and you will name him Jesus, because he will save his people from their sins." Now, all this happened in order to make come true what the Lord had said through the prophet. A virgin will become pregnant and have a son, and it will be called Immanuel, which means God is with us. There was the prophecy that God was going to be with us in Jesus. And you have the angel appearing to Joseph in his dream. Joseph married Mary, as the angel of the Lord had told him to do. The gentleman 4, God made good the prophecy from Isaiah. Well, then the Lord himself will give you a sign. A young woman who is pregnant will have a son and will name him Emmanuel, which means God is with us. From Isaiah 7:14. Don't be surprised that it says a young woman and not a virgin, because from Hebrew, virgin, the word is young woman, not virgin. That translation to virgin was made about 500 years after Isaiah in a translation, a Greek translation from the Old Testament, where a young woman was supposed to be a virgin. So it's correct. Virgin is the correct, proper name. Emmanuel, God is with us. Is the announcement that God will be with us physically as a man in Jesus. Some key concept that you may find useful to remember. The first one, the Virgin Mary was engaged to Joseph, but before she was married, God sent the angel Gabriel to Nazareth to announce to her that she will become pregnant and give birth to a son by name Jesus, to be named Jesus, from Luke 1:26, 38, 26. When Joseph found about her pregnancy, he made plans to break the engagement in private because he didn't want to disgrace Mary publicly. But an angel appeared to Joseph in a dream and told him to not be afraid to take Mary as his wife, for it was by the Holy Spirit that she had conceived and that she will have a son. And he was to name him Jesus because he will save his people from their sins. Joseph married Mary as the angel of the Lord had told him to do. So I have some very basic review questions. First of all, why did Joseph decide not to break the engagement with the Virgin Mary? Who prophesied the birth of Jesus? What is the meaning of the name Immanuel that is so important for us? References were taken from the Good News Standard Translation GNT and the Catechism of the Catholic Church. All documents are copyrighted by their proper owners. This is Alejandro Burgos from El Paso, Texas. And I see you next Sunday.